Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about Farmr. This here is going to be a review of it and kind of just like a setup here. What Farmr is it's an online dashboard that you can see a lot of very detailed informations about your Chia farm. This here does exist for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, so all that stuff is covered there, and I will have the GitHub in the description. So the latest release was January 2nd, and it's 1.7.7.4. And as you see, we're greeted with a lot of different files, and it is open source, so you can even check out the source codes and stuff as well. Now, for the application, when you download it on Windows, it will be a zip file, and you have to extract it. But once we have it extracted, we're greeted with all these different folders, and we really just have to focus on this one right here. Now, when you open up Farmr for the first time, there's going to be some setup involved. It's really simple, but where you're greeted with this here, starting Farmr for Chia in Farmr mode, and then once that's done, it will pop up with an ID. Now, the ID you can either get inputted into the Discord and use the Farmr bot, or you can go ahead and do it online, which I'll show you here. And it does have warnings pop up, which is a little bit annoying if I'm honest with you, but it's not really doing anything because I don't even have this window opened up full screen. But if you have a different wallet address, it's just gonna constantly ding you about that there. But yeah, so what you need to do to set this here up is we can go ahead and copy the ID right here and do the Control C, and we're gonna go to the web interface here. So we're greeted with this page right here, and it allows us to pick from, well, it's not even doing it. It shows Gmail or Discord. You have to link through one of those here. I just did Discord there, and I have two-factor on, so I'm not too worried about that. But once you have it open here, you would actually click the plus right here, and then you can go ahead and do paste, and then once you have it pasted, it adds it. And you need to do this here for all your devices, which in my case I have one farmer, one harvester, so I added the ID through here on both of my devices, and it shows up here. Now we'll go ahead and just talk about some functions and features here. So farm is everything combined, and if you have like 10 plots on Farmr, 10 plots on harvester, you're going to have 20 plots total, and it's going to show a number of plots 20. If you want to get a look at your devices in particular, you can click on like harvester for instance, and as you see, number of plots, all that stuff's different. Farmr, same thing. So once we have the full farm here, we have all these different tiles, so I'll just walk through them briefly here. So this tile here says farming, and if it's not farming, it's a red circle, and all the stats in here will actually be messed up. I'm not sure why that is, but it's just what happens on my system when it does happen. We got OG plots, some how many numbers, how many terabytes, NFT plots, same thing, size and numbers. We have the network size, which is very, very handy. So as you guys know, it's been shrinking for the net space, and it shows here that it has been shrinking. If it gains, it gains. It's fairly up to date, which is nice. And then just for plotting purposes, to keep up with network growth, you can just plot that many and you should be fine. It's not really growing though. Now we have some other tiles here, which is like expected earnings and stuff, and it's not on the dot, but it's pretty close. Now, longest response time, this one is a nice tile. I did try a couple of things earlier, but that's why it was delayed. I was doing some testing there, which slowed my performance down. However, if you have constant long responses, you're probably not getting the right amount of Chia and pooling and information to get paid properly there, so you might want to check. Another important one here is going to be harvester pool errors. If you have any one of those, you probably have to troubleshoot your farm just a tiny bit there. It does give the current blockchain height synced, and probably my favorite one in all of these tiles here is the drives. The drives tells you if there's something missing or not. So I have 49 drives. I have had occasions where my cat actually jumped on some stuff and it's unplugged. I just check here. If I don't have 49, I gotta figure out where I can do that from, and if it's Harvester, I click Harvester Farmr, and then I can just find it that way. Now, for plot history, this here's just like a graph of how many plots were created. So if you don't do anything, for instance, that day I didn't do anything because I was updating and doing all sorts of stuff. I only made it one plot there, but yeah. Plotted space just shows you that I started off slow and then I just continued. Memory usage is pretty important because if you have a lower end system and you're just really high memory, it might cause issues, crashing, loss of sync, and all that. This here just shows you kind of the plots that were generated. The last, I don't know, like maybe 100 or so. But yeah, it kind of tells you like the length of time and the size. Now, here we have just a list of drives, all the drives that are plugged in, and as you see, I have quite a few. I have some mounted in folders and stuff, but it tells you some used informations here. So, for instance, a lot of mine are just 99% because they're completely full of plots, and then you can even choose to sort by like full, so I have a couple empty ones kind of, which I can probably fit a bit more in, and then just some sizes here of the drives. The last one here is just connections, and if you have like a lot of people, then you just see a ton of different countries there. I haven't had too many issues with Farmr. They do sometimes have server outages, but I really haven't noticed that too much recently. And then just in general, we have like the overview bar of like Chia, market cap, response, estimated win time. So that's just like a summary really. And as you see, that is in beta right there. And then we just got some settings. So if you're in a different country that uses different currency, you can click on that. You can choose to view via Ethereum, Bitcoin, or you can even pick some like themes here, which is pretty neat. This one here I have noticed is incorrect. That's the only tile really that I notice has a lot of issues. I've won a block like a day ago, so that should have been changed, but I'm not really worried about that. Actually, I think they changed that. Yeah, never mind, that actually got fixed. That used to say something along the line of like when it was lost one, like effort there. Actually, no, that's still around. I won a block way before that, so that's incorrect there. Um, but yeah, overall, really nice program. Really light. Gives you all the information you need if something's wrong. And if you do like it, you can pick to donate here. And then there's the Discord community as well. If you have some type of issue with setting up, they do have some really friendly people in there where they can help you kind of explain or troubleshoot what's going on. And yeah, that's my review of Farmr. It's been a very good tool for me, and I do definitely recommend this. Thanks for watching.